Riddhi Bhattacharya, a student freelance blogger and editor with the Teen Pop magazine. The Teen Pop magazine is the first online magazine which gives high schoolers and teenagers the opportunity to share their voice, build their writing portfolio, and receive field feedback and mentorship in the editorial industry. If you would like to write for the Teen Pop magazine, just look at their website, theteenpop.com. And today I'm in conversation with the Nigerian actress Omotunde Sogunle. She's also known as Mo Sugar or Mo Tunde and is a TV, stage actor and skit maker. She has starred in quite a number of movies, series, and stage productions and has worked with notable directors and reputable actors. When she's not in front of the camera, she enjoys hanging out with friends, traveling, or trying out different delicacies, which has led to start her own food show called as Food Porn with Mo Sugar on YouTube. She also has a talk show called as Med Talk, which is co-producing with Asurf Oluseyi. Hey Omotunde, how are you doing today?
I'm good. Hey.
Let's begin with who or why inspired you to become an actor? Why did you make that choice?
What inspired me was right from secondary school. I just kind of like fell in love with the whole acting process, and I felt like, oh, okay, this is something I can actually make a career out of. I mean, I see a lot of people on TV, and I'm like, oh wow, I know this is not whole real life, but I had to put up this whole show just to entertain us. So yeah, I just fell in love with the arts generally right from secondary school. Yeah.
Okay, so what's a typical day like on set?
On set is it depends on the schedule. Sometimes you have to start shooting from like maybe 7 a.m. and first start off like some sets where everybody's already camped, everybody wakes up in the morning and then we go for breakfast and then we start shooting depending on if it's an indoor and outdoor shoot. And then start shooting and then later on, of course, changing scenes and then lunch and then keep on shooting and that. But that's if we actually come to a set. But then other days when you just probably have just one scene, you just go do what you have to do. That's it.
Could you tell us one of your funniest set stories?
Um, one one of my funniest stories will probably be when I was overwhelmed with schoolwork when I decided I wanted to study theater arts and I thought it was going to be something very easy. But then when I got to school and I found out how many courses I had to take, plus borrowing courses, plus GST. And I remember calling my mom like, Mommy, I'm no longer doing this class anymore. This is not for me. And she's like, No, you have to do it. This is what I initially wanted to be a lawyer. And then she's like, No, you left law for this, so you have to do this course. And I was literally really, really crying. And I mean, at the end of the day, she was like, Yo, you already want to do this. And I was like, Okay, no problem. I was going to go. I was really crying, and my friends were also begging me, like, It's okay now. It's just courses and everything. Do you want to switch at this point? But I think that I didn't switch. Here we are now.
Yeah, that's really inspiring. So, how do you prepare for a role? Like, how do you embrace the character and just go ahead and do it?
Okay, so I'm one of those people who like to ask questions. Like, I like to ask the director, what exactly does he want to see from this actor? And because most times you don't really have the script writers around, so I like to ask the director, okay, so what's this person thinking? How did this person get to this point? Because I do not like to just do shabby work because I criticize also a lot. I criticize work, criticize other people's jobs as well. So I do not like to do shabby jobs. So I ask questions to be sure and certain of what they want from that particular part. Yeah.
How often do you run your lines and practice your skit?
For skits, it's just basically having the ideas. Most times there are practically no lines for the script and for skits. So once we have an idea, we just try to do a rehearsal and then we shoot. But for movies, um, if the character does not have too many lines, I mean, you take each scene by scene. So we get to run lines. I get to run lines with whoever it is I'm acting with. If it's a very short one, in one take we're done. But then if it's something that is quite lengthy and characters have to talk a lot, we go over it like one, two, three times until we're very sure, and then we shoot.
Okay. So, which character do you like playing the most? Like, what's your favorite character to play?
Um, I like playing more like a, or will I say, so far, the character that I have played that I really enjoyed was the one of Carmelita in the series House 31. She was a Lagos big girl, grew up somewhere else, but is claiming the island and all that. I really liked the character because it's like totally different. Like you have to live a fake life and all, from the accent to the name and all. Like I like playing characters that are like way different from me. And then one of the other characters that I fell in love with as well was when I had to act a prisoner as well. And then I had to practically see how those guys live, and I'm like, wow, it's not I don't prefer anybody to go in prison, but it's really crazy.
What makes a good co star?
And I do post that with somebody who actually knows what he or she is doing. Like we're not going to waste each other's time. You know your craft, and I mean it's not like we're all perfect, but somebody who is also willing to learn as well. You're not coming with this, oh, I'm a star, I'm an actor, I know what I'm doing, blah blah blah. But then like, and a co-star has to be confident in whatever role the person is acting. He also helps me to give him my best. So somebody who, we're not going to give each other stress, we're not going to make the director take takes and all that. Do make an ideal co-star.
Has a character ever altered your personality? Like any one of the, several characters that you played, how have they, impacted you as a person?
I wouldn't necessarily say altered, but I mean this present, the skit right now, the one of Mo Tunde looking for her husband. I mean, a lot of people are really taking it serious, like going, oh, when I get to bring a good husband home, when I get to bring a good husband home. So I get a lot of messages from people saying, why do I always bring stupid men and all. And sometimes it can be like, how about it's not that serious, it's just a skit, it's not like I'm really, really looking for a husband and all that. So maybe this character kind of gets to me sometimes with the comments, but I mean, it's all good, it's all for entertainment.
Now we're going to be doing some like really quick questions, like rapid fire. So let's start with your favorite actor and actress.
My favorite actors will be Gabriel Afolayan and Nse Ekwe.
Who's the one co-star you would like to work with?
Those two, like I really want to work with them. I really, really want to work with them. For some reason, I've not had opportunity, but I need to.
We really hope you do in the future. Do you have any hidden or special talents?
Um, I, well, it's not hidden, but I know how to make hair. I mean,
Okay.
I know how to braid and stuff.
Yeah, I think we all really know how good you are with, braiding hair and, making hair. So you have worked with a lot of famous and reputable actors. So I'm going to be naming some of these actors, and you have to tell me what is the one thing you like the most about them. So let's begin with Debo Adebayo or Mr. Macaroni.
He's a very professional person. He doesn't mix work with pleasure. So when it's time to work, we work. When it's time to play, we play.
Seun Akindele.
Sean is somebody that I learn every time. I learn something every single time on every single set. He's somebody that is willing to teach you, and he's actually somebody that I'm comfortable working with because I know that when I don't do it rightly, he's not going to like bullshit you or something, but he would like correct you, like, yo babe, why don't you do it this way and all.
Finally, Don Jazzy.
He's quite like he's very reserved. I didn't expect I was going to be that reserved. I mean, contrary to rumors and everything, but he's very reserved and he's just willing to listen, and I find that very humbling about him. Yeah.
Before, we say goodbye today, what's the one advice you would give to, rising and aspiring actors?
I'm just gonna say, if you want to do this, then do it. If you want to do this, then be very sure that this is what you want to do, because it's not a day job. It's actually a very slow process. So if you want to do it, you have to be patient and prayerful, I know how to network. There's nothing like, oh, I can't walk up to this person, I can't walk up to this person. As long as you know this person is going to be of help to you, my dear, walk up to that person. And if it's to get a number and be on that person's neck, as long as you get what you want. But it's not an overnight something. It's a very slow, trust me when I say slow, slow.
Thank you so much for interviewing with us, Omotunde. It was a great pleasure talking to you. If you would like to know more about Omotunde, her lifestyle, and her journey, stay tuned with the Teen Pop magazine.